I am the biggest loser on YouTube. And no, it's not clickbait.
This is the Bad Hombre Podcast.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Because it took me 10 years to get my channel monetized. That's a whole decade of uploading videos, making every possible mistake. But here's the good news. I finally cracked the code. Look, if you're struggling with your channel, you're gonna want to watch this. Why should anyone listen to you? When you start a YouTube channel, the first question people subconsciously ask is, why the fuck should I listen to this guy? Look, it's harsh, but if you don't have a dramatic story like, I don't know, losing 100 pounds or making millions of dollars overnight or having a viral moment like the Hacktua girl, then nobody cares about your opinion. You're just another voice lost in the noise. My first big realization. It took me years to figure this out. If you don't have your own credibility, you're gonna have to borrow somebody else's. Collaborations are hands down the fastest shortcut to credibility. When you collaborate with someone who already has an audience, then you're essentially borrowing their trust. And sure, most viewers initially come for your guests, but some are going to stay for your unique perspective. Now, this is your first step in building a real audience. What if you can't get anybody famous or influential to collaborate with you? Here's a hack. You can still get them. You know how? Reaction videos. React to popular figures, trending topics, or viral moments. Then you're quickly gonna get views because people love controversy. But here's the catch. Most viewers are there out of spite or curiosity, not loyalty. Your job is to sprinkle a little bit of your personality and your perspective, so then the viewers are gonna stick around even after the hype fades. Otherwise, the second your trending topic disappears, your views will disappear with it. For example, I can just really focus on Wes Watson.
Piece of shit.
And milk that for a very long time. The problem with that is, well, most viewers are just gonna come because they hate Wes Watson. They're not gonna come because they like me. And the moment Wes Watson is no longer relevant, then what am I gonna do with myself? So you need to sprinkle a little bit of your personality and don't focus so much on one specific person or reaction. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is consistency. Consistency is your lifeline. The next crucial lesson is YouTube loves consistency. Everybody says that. But if your first video is perfect, then you're already too late. Look, you have to start today. Because imagine if I magically give you 300 videos to upload. You're better off posting one video per day for 300 days rather than dropping them at the same time. Because that's how important consistency is. Audience, no algorithm. One huge shift that changed my entire strategy was this. Replace the word algorithm with audience. Stop worrying about what the algorithm wants and focus instead of what your audience wants. What value are you providing? What problem are you solving? Let me clear something up quickly. You're not shadow banned. Trust me, I've been there. I used to think that YouTube just didn't like me, it was out to get me. But the reality is, if I look back at my videos, they fucking sucked. Period. I wasn't shadow banned. You're probably not shadow banned. You're probably very small right now to care about being shadow banned or not. The reality is, if you make 100 videos and you look back at the video that you think is shadow banned, the reality is it sucked and your audience didn't want to watch it. Once I committed to uploading consistently, I'm talking about 100 videos in 6 months, not 100 videos spread over 10 years. My channel finally started to grow. YouTube has changed. Now here's another hard pill to swallow. Like, YouTube is not about creators anymore. It's about niches. YouTube doesn't want just one superstar creator. They want superstar niches. If your videos are not hyper focused, you'll get buried. For example, Alex Hormozi is like one of my favorite business YouTube channels. And I follow him a lot for a lot of the business advice. But if he suddenly uploads a Lamborghini review video, it might not even show up on my feed despite me following him, because that's how specific YouTube has become. Because remember this, if you're under 10,000 subscribers and you're not growing, it's not really because you're shadow banned. Your videos probably are not good enough. So Improve your thumbnails, how you package it, your titles, descriptions, and most importantly, your content. If you don't want to be put in a box where, say for example, you don't want to just make one video and that video goes viral and now that's all you get to do because God forbid you try something else. Remember this, the frame is more important than the picture. The medium is the message.
The frame matters more than the picture.
Hormozi talks about this, Diary of a CEO talks about this. He has a great book called The 33 Laws of Business.
And even in the Pepsi Coca-Cola studies, which are super famous from back in the day, people would rate the Coca-Cola drink more highly when it came in the can and you could see what you were drinking. They would say that's the better one. But when they removed the can and told people that the Pepsi was a Coca-Cola, or they had blind cups with nothing written on them, people chose the Pepsi. The frame and the story there are making people believe that something tastes entirely better. So it's not just about value, it's about taste and sense, and really at its core, psychology.
What you really want to focus on is the frame, not so much the picture. Because if you talk about something, how you present that way people like the frame, not really what the video is about. I can watch Joe Rogan talk about all kinds of stuff because the frame is more important than the actual picture. There's so many things. I remember Joe Rogan, how he talks more than the stuff he talked about, because he talked about so many things. So if you ask me, what did Joe Rogan said about dogs? I couldn't tell you. But if you ask me, how does he talk about dogs, or what's his podcast like? I would tell you that he has this unique perspective in the way he is. So focus on the frame more than the picture itself, right? If you don't want to have like specific niche, then worry about how you package your message. And the way to do that is by working on your communication skills, having a unique perspective, be authentic, because the playing field is leveled. Gary Vee says this, like, it's not about subscribers anymore. YouTube will find your content and put it in front of the right person, the right audience.
Over 90% of follows come from the feed. The feed to follow. More than 50% of people now don't follow at all anyway. Followers are done. Content now comes to you.
So you can upload a video today with 0 subscribers and get more views than somebody with hundreds of thousands of followers, of subscribers. So start today. Be consistent, answer the #1 question, which is, why should I listen to you? Focus on the packaging of your video and train the algorithm about who you are and what you do. And if you do these things and you do them consistently, you too can get monetized in hopefully less than 10 years. This is Chris, Hombres TV. I'll see you next time.